How's it going, guys? It's your boy, Salty Uchiha, Trunks Kaneki, 2/3 of the Golden Triangle, Anime Late Night Podcast, yeah! Shouts out to Senju and the artist formerly known as Kaneki. Wow. So, we are here to do Dragon Ball Super episode 127, anime review.
3 episodes left.
Yeah, 3 episodes left, sir. So, what are your thoughts on, what's your thoughts, man? How do you feel about it?
To be honest, I really didn't like the episode at all. I really don't like the way they just bastardize like Jiren the character more and more with each passing episode, like closing to the end. Like, let's be real, like Jiren is supposed to be like so much more fucking interesting than what we have right now, you know? Like, all he is now is just like a generic ass
anti-hero?
Yeah, not even that, he's just a villain right now. Like, and they try to like make us connect with him with that cheap flashback. It's like, okay, I don't feel anything from it. Like, it's just overall, it's like bland.
I'm kind of confused on the fact that he's Jiren's obsessed with power. Like, since when? Like, I've never thought once in his character up to this point thought that he's just power hungry. I've never seen that. So yeah. That's good.
Oh no, you got it.
Yeah, I just didn't. I don't know. I don't remember them. I don't remember being privy to that. I must have not have went to that meeting. If Geekdom had it, I know I'd be there. So I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. Like, I just overall feel really disappointed with the way it's going for his character. Like I said, like the flashbacks feel really cheap. That they just like feel like something they just throw in there just to quickly like get Jiren's backstory out there, and it's like you're not doing a good job of that.
No, they're slowly but surely drowning him doing this.
Yeah, like you give him the most generic backstory for a villain like I've ever seen. Like, his parent got killed. His parents, his fucking people got killed by evildoer. We don't even know who the fucking evildoer is. Alright, whatever. Then he go train on the teacher. His teacher fought the evildoer and got killed.
Somebody know!
And now he's obsessed with power because he doesn't want to lose anything. What's the deal? Like, come
on. We'll probably record an episode strictly on this, just on Jiren's bullshit. Let's get into the actual episode. So we start off with Jiren powering up. His aura looks dope, to be honest with you. That flaming aura was kind of cool. Goku, I liked how Goku was like, how was he able to hide this from us? And that shit was, you know, just so impactful that it was literally hitting the guys in the stands and shit, where they just couldn't believe that he's this powerful. Piccolo, though, being a boss, just had his hands crossed the whole time, like, can't touch me. Anyway, hammer time. Anyway, so basically, 17 is like, oh boy, Vegeta, like a boss, comes up out the crater and was like, oh, so all your friends are gone, gonna take it seriously now, huh? Yeah, about fucking time. And Jiren with the boss ass line, like, man, don't make me laugh, you can't beat me with those wounds. My man was like, bastard! And, yeah, exactly. That's pretty much when the fight commenced, essentially, which that three-way dance was kind of clean until 17 ended up getting hit from behind.
Yeah. And
then Goku and Vegeta basically did theirs. One of the parts that kind of stick out in that whole exchange was how Vegeta got handled with the mean shit when he ended up throwing the punch at Jiren. Jiren caught it, and he's like, I see. I can see how you were able to beat Toppo, but this isn't enough to beat me. Just drove the punch through my man's stomach, like, ah!
Yeah, you gotta take it.
Wow. Then Goku was like, Vegeta!
Like a good little prince.
Wow. And then Goku goes in for his. He saw the attack coming, so he says instant transmission, goes for the Kamehameha wave, gets hit with the uppercut, the mean uppercut.
And that shit, like, broke through his Kamehameha.
Yeah, it did. Shoryuken!
Nah, bro, that's hockey.
He got hit with the meanness. So he ends up dropping, and Jiren was like, time to clean up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next thing you know, 17 grabs him, got some like, little like outfit.
Got from behind.
Exactly.
Rasengan him.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, with the Rasengan, he's like, wait a second, I got something for you. Bam! Got caught up in his. That blast was dope because 18 was definitely concerned. So you know, if she's concerned, some shit must be real.
And that just managed to wound Jiren a little bit.
I don't know, man. That kind of reminded, like, it's like if you scraped your knee. That's really what that looked like. Because Jiren looked more irritated than anything. He was not hurt by that. He was just like, really, Ninja? This is it? This is all your Winjutsu can do?
Wow, man.
Anyway, so 17 ends up getting caught in that blast, by the way,
Yeah.
which, which he said was rather reckless, which that right there was kind of like the warning signs for me. Initially, like when I first watched it, I was like, that's an interesting thing to say. And then after watching a few more times, I was like, oh, he was setting that up from the beginning. So Jiren, pissed off that his outfit got burned up, basically goes at 17, and Jiren gave him the mean ass look.
Yeah.
17 was like, up, ninja leap. Goes over there where Goku's at. And he's like, Goku's like, thank you for buying us time, but now we know how to get him. And 17's like, what? And he's like, well, now we know that a powerful enough attack, unguarded, can hurt him. And so Vegeta comes up out the spot, being like,
We'll distract him.
Yeah. Well, Vegeta said, I'll do whatever it takes to beat him. Yeah. And then Goku was like, we'll do whatever it takes to distract him. You guys handle it. Now, that particular exchange was kind of clean, while 17 is kind of sitting there waiting for his opportunity. His timing was perfect, except for Jiren was like, this attack won't, he's like, this attack will not work on me a second time. And, we get another exchange with Goku and Vegeta. Then we see Final Flash again, as well as Kamehameha, hitting it from 3 directions. And Jiren's just in his bubble, like. He wasn't even doing that at first. He was just chilling. He was like, really? Like, really? And then.
I should just cancel out on an attack.
Dude, yeah. Eventually, once he like started to put some oomph in it, everybody got blasted back. Like Goku was face down. Vegeta landed on his back. 17 was probably the only one that really didn't get the worst of it, but then again, he was further from it. So we ended up seeing that. I'm actually jumping ahead slightly because in the initial exchange with Vegeta, along that boulder there, we see that Vegeta and 17 were basically trying to put the skins to him, and Jiren was handling that shit proper until Vegeta got caught up in a bad situation, got thrown into a boulder, and Jiren was coming at him. 17 kicks him out the way, takes the blunt of it and the blast afterwards.
Yeah.
God damn, 17 was a team player. Need more people like that at Overwatch.
Really?
Yeah, really. As we're getting to, so basically everybody gets blasted back. No one can move except for 17.
Yeah.
Jiren comes down and he's like, what do you think you can really do now? And he's like, I'm not ready to give up yet. And that's when Belmont was basically like, or no, 17's like, Universe 7 will survive. And Belmont was like, and then what? Like, what will happen then? What do you do with the Super Dragon Balls?
Okay, yacht, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
on
much.
a yacht.
Pretty much. He was like, yo, I'm gonna get myself a cruise, dog. I'm gonna go on vacation with my kids, my wife and shit. My man Belmont was like, Ninja, what? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah, you mad?
Yeah, you mad, bruh? So then he looks at Jiren and he's like, yo, Jiren, so what would you wish for? I would assume nothing else would do except for the title of the strongest. And then I'm gonna let Kaneki actually go to the flashback because that shit's annoying to me. But he's basically, hold on. Basically, he was like, I also have a wish that needs to be granted. And then that's when, now this was actually pretty interesting. And that's when Belmont was like, I knew it. He was like, really, Jiren? Like seriously? And then he's like, I'll tell you guys a story. Go ahead, man.
And then, we thought it was gonna be something interesting.
I was hoping.
But instead, we got this shit that I explained at the beginning. Like, and we still don't really know what the fuck Jiren's wish is.
Here, let me reaffirm it, because, like, I'm gonna be lazy about this. So basically, we see Jiren as little Jiren, and he's running around with his little, like, rag type, like, I don't know what that is.
I don't know, but the animation's kind of weird.
Yeah, the animation kind of off. So we see him running and whatnot back to his, like, little village, and, like, everybody's smoking and everything. He goes down to where his particular house is, and it's hard to say if that was his mother or father. I want to say that's probably his mother, like, in the hands of some type of, and basically had glowing eyes and some, like, purplish type of aura.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. That's all it was. So we find out through the narration that his village was attacked, and everybody was basically, he watched his parents be killed, and this guy who looks like Goku from Street Fighter, basically rescued him, and basically takes him on and raises him. So as Jiren grows up, he's like dedicates himself to getting stronger. Yeah. And his master basically has other students, and as time goes on, they grow in number. Then the evildoer comes back. Go ahead.
The way they dress, they're more like kind of like Shaolin monks.
Yeah, like Shaolin monks, kind of.
That kind of explains like the way Jiren fights sometimes.
They do. So they had him. So the evildoer comes back, and basically, Jiren. It's said that Jiren thought that they had the advantage, and next thing you know, his comrades basically start dying, literally one after another, until only his sensei was left, and he sacrificed himself so Jiren would live. So Jiren takes some time off after that, licks his wounds, and tries to regroup with the other students to go after them. They're scared, which I guess you could kind of say rightfully so. They saw their comrades be killed. Death doesn't look fun, so they were like, "Nah, ninja, you can skip us with that. You can skip us with that weak dying shit." And Jiren felt betrayed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he buried his master and his comrades and shit, but he was alone. So from there on, that started his obsession with strength. He basically came to the determination that having faith and trusting people is weakness and useless because people will always let you down. And strength is justice. It's absolute. You know what I mean? And through strength, he can obtain anything and everything that he wants. 17 peeps game, and he says, "Oh, so that's what you want to wish for." But then he goes on some bullshit. This completely diverts what he assumed the wish was, and goes into, so you believe that if through strength you can go ahead and wipe everything away, even the past. He's like, "Look at you. You're obsessed with the past, and you can't let it go. And matter of fact, aren't your friends up there nothing more but means to an end? You just use them for your own needs." But apparently, Jiren felt some ways about that. He didn't like that very much. And Belmont's basically like trusting everything else is useless to him. So, which is one of the reasons why Belmont was actually drawn to him. I don't want to say attracted, but drawn to him is one, his thirst for power or strength, however you want to word it, and his solitude. And then you see Toppo put his head down like, he never really liked me. So, I mean, it is what it was. And that right there kind of makes sense when you think about the last episode when he said how disappointed he was in Toppo's God of Destruction power. Because remember, Toppo had introduced us to Jiren as, his closest friend. But in truth,
you don't give a shit about Andy if they're fighting.
Yeah, kinda. Like, Toppo may have had a chance, but he wasn't strong enough. So he immediately put Toppo into bottom bitch status, being like, "No, I don't have time to watch over you."
And like I said, that's just like cheapen Jiren character so much.
His backstory should have been a full episode in itself.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been just cheaply thrown together. And then you don't find out what happened to that evildoer.
You never know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So we don't know who that is. We don't know if Jiren eventually went after him or not. We do know that Jiren doesn't actually go on actual missions with the Pride Troopers unless they need someone to clean up. Other than that, he spends all of his time training and meditation. So it's a bit of a recluse, to say the very least. It's distasteful as it pertains to his character. Like, he should be worth so much more.
I just hope the manga give it justice.
Yeah. So anyway, after that explanation, 17 basically is like, he draws a nerve, and then him and Jiren pretty much go hand to hand. And right when 17 looked like he was about to get cleaned up,
Boy, Frieza.
Oh yeah, Frieza comes back out the mix. Now here's the thing about the Frieza situation.
Yo, Frieza's triggered.
I did not like how he was all fucking unhinged and shit. Like, he was damn near manic. I don't understand. I didn't like that. I just, it's beneath him at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Frieza comes up out of nowhere talking about, you think I'm just gonna let you manhandle me like that?
It wasn't even him. It was Toppo. But...
Wow. But he basically gets kind of manhandled, and he's like, screw the rules. You deserve to die by my hands. Goes in the Golden Frieza, goes right at Jiren's dome piece, and then gets caught with the time freeze. then took that hit to the fucking gut, then that hit to the head.
And go night-night.
Yeah, he basically got the pinball treatment, and that was it. He went right back to sleep. Right back to sleep. Didn't burp him or nothing.
God damn, bro.
Just put him right to bed. So 17 ends up shooting him again. He's like, and Jiren's like, really, Ninja? Like, seriously? So at this point, we get one more exchange between those two, and then Jiren's like, you know what, I'm done with this shit. My man did like the Shaolin monk shit where he's like, it made the orb come up, sends it flying, and like halfway that shit just turns into a goddamn meteorite.
Yeah.
On some moderate shit.
Wait, but before that, didn't something make like a wall, like a row of like barriers?
He did that earlier on.
And then
yeah.
just like punched right through it.
Oh, actually, I think he just put his hand on there and just pressed through it. But yeah, he cleaned up right through the smaller barriers. So as this large fucking meteorite type attack is coming at everybody, everybody's like, oh, it's a wrap. And because Goku and Vegeta still can't move, Frieza's knocked out. So then we see 17 come into the mix. He puts up the barrier, and then he puts up those like even larger pillars in front of himself.
And it's continuously reforming.
Yeah, but basically everybody's like, like Goku's basically like, hey, just save yourself. Like, it's not even worth it at this point. Vegeta's like, Vegeta didn't really say much of anything. 18 was manic. She was like, get the fuck out of there. She's like, forget both of them ninjas. And 17 had probably one of the best lines I thought, where he's like, he turns back and looks like, he's like, hey, Goku, Vegeta, I gave up on that cruise. He's like, you guys better thank me for this later. Yeah. And puts the shields around them. And and as his shields start to dispel, he lets go of the shield around him to where he's literally holding on to Jiren's attack. And he's like, sacrificing myself for others. He's like, I kind of like that human thing. And then he self-destructs, dude, to fucking cancel out Jiren's attack.
And the fucking Grand Prix have the fucking nerve being like, oh, he's self-destruct. It's not against him.
That was cold-blooded how fucking the Grand Prix did that shit. That was like, ha! That was so cold-blooded how he did that shit.
Like, ha! You blew up. Oh well.
Wow, man.
It's not. There's no penalty against.
Wow! That is what he said though. That was cold-blooded how he said that shit. So, tears fall, kind of for him.
Fucking Zeno's like, oh, did Goku and Vegeta die?
Yeah, he didn't even care about 17. He was like, are the other guys still there? No one even cares about Frieza. So, next thing you know, the rocks that were covering Vegeta and Goku basically fall off, and they both fall, and that's when they both basically acknowledge that he had sacrificed himself to give them a little bit of time to rest, which was like no time, really.
Yeah, they both climb out, but then Goku fall his face.
Well, they didn't climb out. Remember, they fell. Like, the rock that they were on dispelled.
No, I'm talking as they walked out.
Oh, they didn't walk. Goku just stood up and then he fell over.
Oh, yeah.
Vegeta was the only one who actually kept moving. So, basically, Goku falls on his face yet again, which is funny because he's still in God Blue, but he can't stand up. Vegeta has nothing at the moment, but yeah, he can get up. And Jiren's basically like, oh, so he sacrificed himself for you. You guys should lament on your own weaknesses. Like, goddamn, Jiren, like, why you gotta be a dick about that shit? Anyway, so now Vegeta's basically gonna fight fight Jiren,
so
like hand to hand.
Episode.
I don't even like the way that shit looks. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the actual preview real fast, and then we'll save it.
Let's save it for the next day because
bullshit. Yeah, about 18 minutes. Overall, I didn't like how I really didn't like how Toppo got reduced into the bitch role, and I don't like Jiren's backstory. I feel like he deserves more than that. It's just kind of petty, and it's rushed. It looks rushed. It sounds rushed.
His character is just bland.
We just should have gotten so much more out of it, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, guys. So, I didn't like that. I didn't really care for this. It's an alright episode, but it's what the fuck?
Are you serious?
It's an alright episode, but it's certainly not my. I don't know. I felt we deserved better. All right, guys. So this was Dragon Ball Super episode 127, anime review. Thank you very much for listening in. We'll see you guys for speculations and discussions for 127 and 128 coming up next. This is Salty Uchiha for Red Haired Kaneki, aka Kaneki Trunks. And for Sinju, we'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace.
I'm chasing that motherfucker down.
Nice.